Hello everyone, I wanted to get a jump start on Chapter 2, Application of the CPT System. Here I just wanted to double check that everyone knew under the 3M encoder was access to the 3M encoder. I generally just put in an age, and in this case I'm wanting the CPT, and I've pre-filled some additional codes in there that we'll go over. I want to touch base on the semicolon because it can be more of the confusing format concepts. The code description contains a semicolon, and there's only one or more code description indented underneath, and the description before the semicolon is what we call the home description. In this example here, we have the codes for 27705, and that's for the tibia, and 27707, which is the fibula. The home description before the semicolon is what completes the description. We also have 30150 for a rhinectomy partial, and the 30160, which is total. And so we need to keep in mind the term mutually exclusive, in that we don't ever use those together. Those are one or the other. The category 2 and 3 codes continue to expand by the AMA. So another tip is that the alphabetic index is a free form that ICD-10-CM gives you reliable choices, but it's not always the same as it comes across in CPT. The tabular code rules the coding process. So the procedure is not in the index exercise, is recognizing that fact. Try to think of it as read, read, and read again. Sometimes two codes look the same, so try to find out the difference. Always be sure to look up unfamiliar medical terms or abbreviations. And when coding operative reports, abstracting the documentation is important for coding. One of the most common mistakes for new coders is to code everything. Emphasis should be made to not automatically assign codes for approaches and closures. Scan the operative report for action words. Typical action words would be excision, incision, endoscopy, exploration, and so on. The coding references are an important way to support your answer, and look at other resources like through a HEMA, such as Engage and the Body of Knowledge, but also there's a CodeWrite community newsletter that's published at least monthly, and it has some real life scenarios and some answers so you can see where you're at in your understanding of coding. Next, I have some examples of some operative procedures that are not in the index. Surgeons will use their procedural language, and coders must translate successfully to assign the correct code. Sometimes coders are tempted to sign an unlisted code for a procedure that's not in the index, but this is not a good practice. So I have an example here of a brachioplasty. So you should research the procedure, which in this case is an arm lift that reduces excess sagging of skin. Rather than trying to find the perfect index term, the student's time is best spent pursuing the integumentary system to locate the correct code. In this case, it's 15836, which is noted here. In the next example, you might look at this operation of attaching one fallopian tube to the other as a type of anastomosis, but it's typically performed to remove a blocked portion of the tube. Rather than relying on the index, you should look in the procedures under oviduct and ovary, starting with 58600. In this case, the answer is 58750. To validate the description or code 58750, it states the physician excises the closed or blocked portion of the tube and sutures the clean edges together. I have two more examples here that you can read over in the video transcript that I will attach to the with the video for your review, to give you a few more exercises to try this. Lastly, I wanted to give you a heads up about the assignment for your form, this module. It includes group work with utilizing the CPT assistant. So I wanted to briefly show you how that worked here. There are also printed instructions, but here's how you get to the CPT assistant from your 3M encoder. I'm hoping that by working together, you'll put some of your concerns at ease, knowing that this is probably not comfortable for everybody, but working together, we should be able to get through that. And we want you to be more familiar with some resources, such as a CPT assistant, so that you know where those resources are located, how to get there. If you have purchased the CPT book, you can certainly use the CPT Quick Reference app if you have that available. I believe you can actually get it on your phone without buying the CPT book. You're always welcome to use a CPT book. It's just a matter of trying to save you guys money and getting that practice in the encoder as well. So if you have any questions, feel free to reach out to your instructor.